What up, you guys? Slim here, Team Purple Panda, back with this time a deck discussion. I've been getting this one actually a lot recently, and I apologize, that I took so much time to actually do it, but I had to really kind of refresh myself on the deck. It's been a really long time since I've run it. We're gonna talk about Light Beat Hero Gemini, whatever the hell you want to call it. We're gonna talk about E-Heroes with Miracle Fusion that summon the Shining, summon Zero, summon Gaia, and why they're going to be so amazing next format. So a lot of people who don't know, Hero Beat is usually what the deck is called in Japan, and basically consists of you summoning your main guy Stratos. You have to run Stratos. He's called Airman out there. He's amazing. You have to run Stratos, and you basically go Stratos to E-Hero Alias. You can add Alias to your hand. You can do it through E-Call, Rhoda, whatever it is that you run in the deck, which you're supposed to run both, so you do that. You have a lot of defensive traps like deep prison, bottomless, warning, of course, and you bait out your opponent's cards, and basically you use Alias along with Gemini Spark to destroy Alias, draw a card. You can use Hero Blast to get Alias back and destroy one of your opponent's monsters, and then your ace in the hole is to go Miracle Fusion, and usually you Miracle Fuse Alias and like a water type monster, or Alias and a light type monster. You do run Hero Beat, so you do run Thunder King Ryo, who is a light monster. So you use the two of them to make the Shining, which of course everyone knows that the Shining, when it goes to the graveyard by card effect or whatever it is, when it resolves, you get your cards back. So it's a really versatile deck. It has won several events when piloted by Angel Flores. He was running, like a kind of just like a 1900 beatdown deck. He's a really unique player, one of the best players around, and he ran the Alias and the Gemini Sparks and the Miracle Fusions and all that stuff. And like if you were to ask him, why was your deck, like why was it so good? It was his play style. So I mean, I don't think people could net deck him and honestly play like he does. I don't think that's possible. But if people wanted to get a good idea of how to make the deck, you could check it out on the website, because it would tell you. Like I said, the deck's really simple. Summon Stratos, get Alias, set up your plays, set up for Gemini Sparks, draw off Gemini Sparks. The deck also mains, of course, 3-Potted Duality, since you don't really special summon aside from the Miracle Fusion plays. The deck was really versatile. It was really good in the beginning of the format because it was able to go pretty well against Samurais, but then, Samurais, of course, took over the format for a while until Tengu and Plants came out. But, it's still a really good deck, and with the release of Generation Force, there's a lot more things coming out. Parallel World Fusion, there's just a lot of cards coming out. Great Tornado's finally being released. There's Rescue Rabbit if you're running a regular Elemental Hero deck. But the whole point of Hero Beat was to beat down your opponent with 1900 attack point monsters or Stratos with 1800. Overwhelm them with Thunder King and then Miracle Fusion for like a 3300 attack point. The Shining, and just swing over them. You could do App Zero if you ran Ocean, or if you ran Snowman Eater, or whatever water monster you ran. You included in the deck, and it literally, when App Zero leaves the field, it nukes your opponent's monster field. So it was a really amazing card. It's recently been reprinted. If people didn't know, App Zero is reprinted. It's a lot easier to get, so it does make the deck a lot more viable, along with the Pot of Duality reprint. Gaia is also being reprinted, so that's coming out. The Shining is worth only about $10 for now, so a lot of those cards are going to be really good next format. Other stuff, that makes the deck really good is, if people didn't know, Super Polymerization cannot be negated at all. And that card works so well in the mirror match and so well against just unbeknownst opponents. You use Super Poly with like an E hero and if you could grab not Kigeki, but if you could grab Kagemusha, since it's Earth, you could instantly make Gaia. Your opponent can't Shein. Shein can't negate Super Poly, so I mean, it's really easy to get around Shein with this deck, and especially next format, I think Heroes are going to be amazing. I think they're going to be one of the best decks, if not the best deck of all of the format, along with other variants of other decks. But really solid deck, like I said, has a really solid draw engine with Gemini Sparks, Pot of Duality, and Hero Blast to recycle your hero monsters. It's a really great deck. If people remember when I did Machina Smokescreen to Stun, I ran a very similar engine that ran the Sparks, the Alias, the Stratos, all of that. And I based that off of what I've seen from other players. And now I think is the time that Heroes will be making their comeback, because they haven't been doing that well in the past couple of months. Due to the dominance of Reborn Tengu and Hyper Librarian. But I feel that They definitely will be coming back, and like I said, along with the releases in Generations Force of the new cards that are coming out, heroes will definitely get a lot more support. They'll get, a more solid archetype, and they'll be able to take down a lot of these main decks in the format. As far as, how playable are they now? You just need to practice and find out. Like I said, Miracle Fusion is amazing. Like I said, your only weakness usually is against Gravekeeper because, of Necro Valley, and, you're not able to Miracle Fuse. But if you can Gemini Spark away the Necro Valley or Gemini Spark away something key, you usually can pull out of it and win. I really don't have that much more to say, you guys. It's a really awesome deck. You've got to run Airman. I have like 6 copies of Stratos because I love Stratos. Like I said, Stratos has been reprinted, so I mean, it's not that hard to get. A lot of the stuff has been reprinted. Miracle Fusion is common now. The deck is really easy to build, and it's really not that expensive anymore. Aside from Solemn Warning with Pot of Duality getting reprinted, it's probably a deck I will try myself again because I really do like how it plays. I like its control and I like its play style. But that's all I got to say, you guys. I know a lot of people have been wanting me to upload this video on heroes. Just shout out to everyone who requested this. I honestly can't go through the list. I've had it like at least 8 or 9 times in the last couple of weeks, so I hope that this answers your questions. Like I said, check out the Generation Force pack when it comes out. It's going to add a lot more support. There's going to be masked heroes and a lot of new things coming for heroes that will definitely give them the edge in the next format. So that's all I got to say. Leave your comments below. Please continue to rate, comment, subscribe, and thank you for watching.